Hola mi gente, welcome to Kiss My Crafts. I hope you guys are doing great. I've been okay. Busy with work as always. Working late every day, most every day of this past week. And expect to also be working late the next couple of weeks. Um, anyway, this is my whip and chat for DP Pink for breast cancer awareness, an event created and hosted by Angie from Angie's Diamond Painting Adventures, and she has invited me to co-host along with Mindy from Mindy's Diamond Moments and Jenni from the Uncrafty Crafter. Angie's been putting out a whip and chat every week, and this last past week that just ended was supposed to be my turn, but because I'm coming home at 8, 9 o'clock at night every day, I just didn't have the time or the energy or anything to do it. So my apologies for the lateness on this video. If you pay attention to the community board, I also mentioned it there. So anyway, let's move on. So October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as we all know, and Angie created this event. And if you're joining us, that means that you're diamond painting something pink, and you're probably wondering why this is here. Because I haven't diamond painted in the past couple of weeks, maybe 3 or 4. And I was going to do a Dreamer Designs Gerber bouquet, but I didn't want to start another. It's not that big, but it's still a big one for me. I didn't want to start another big one with having so many whips. So this small one is a 30 by 30, which probably translates to drill size being 25 by 25. It has pink. So I decided to work on this instead of the Dreamer Designs one. And I've always liked these type of pictures, the ones with the glass and then there's some scene behind it, whether it be flowers or sunset or the ocean. And I have a few. So this was right on top of my pile of um, diamond paintings that came in packaging that I couldn't put it back in because either it ripped or it just wasn't good packaging. So I laid them flat, and this is on was on top of the pile because it's the smallest one, and I said, hey, I'll do this one. So yeah, I'm excited. I have some plans for it. Like, I'm already swapping out one of the pinks. Like, I'm swapping out this pink right here for these. Wait, let me show you the packaging first. These are from Drill Catchers and More on Etsy, which is owned by Diamond Painting Reviews by Jenni here on YouTube. And this is how they look. So I'm going to swap this one out for these, right? Look how pretty they are. Okay, so I'm going to start with that color, which the symbol is the letter V. And let me start the whip and chat. So my week has been busy with work, as I mentioned earlier. Therefore, I have had no time to do anything for YouTube. But this morning, I tried to answer or respond to some video comments. I went way back. I'm like over 2 weeks behind. So I did respond to some, but then I got distracted. I had to go to the supermarket. There was some cleaning I needed to do. Then a couple of more errands outside I needed to run. Anyway, so let's talk about breast cancer awareness. Now, I'm sure everyone or most everyone that's listening has been affected by breast cancer in one way or another, either personally or a relative, a friend, an acquaintance. So In my story, in my life, it was my mom. My mom was a breast cancer survivor. Okay, so in towards the end of 2006, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. She found a lump and, made an appointment to see a doctor. They did a mammogram and then they sent her to get a sonogram done. And from the sonogram, they wanted to do a biopsy, and we sat with a surgeon. And he told us, all the details that we needed to know. So I asked them that after the biopsy, when they had the results, to call me, let me know what the results were. My mom spent, at the time, I worked, my brother works, my father worked, everybody works, and so she spent the day alone. And who wanted to hear something like that? And or why would anybody want her to go into an office to get some kind of news like that? So I told him, you know what, call me and give me the results. So he called me and the results were not good, and I was at work and I didn't know what to do. It hit me hard getting that news. I didn't have any experience with that type of illness before, firsthand. You know what I mean? Not myself, or anyone in my family. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to do. You automatically think it's a death sentence. So it hit me hard. And then it hit me even harder because now I have to tell her that she has cancer. So I decided to leave work and go home. And when she saw me, I don't know if she put two and two together, but she did look surprised. Like, what are you doing here? Are you okay? And I decided not to beat around the bush and flat out told her I heard from the doctor. And she just looked at me expectantly, and I looked at her, she looked at me, I looked at her. It was like a Spanish novela where everything stops and everything freezes and the music is real dramatic. But she knew by the look on my face. She knew. But I still said it. It was the hardest thing I ever had to tell my mom. Seriously. She took it really brave though. Like at first she got emotional. And it's almost like she straightened herself out, took a deep breath, and said, "What now?" You know? So what they did first was have surgery to take the lump out, and the area around the lump they removed. But after the surgery, they decided to do chemo and radiation. So she had 6 treatments of chemo, one per month, and 7 weeks of radiation 5 times a week. Now, with my mom, they caught it very early. And the chemo that they gave her was light. Mom didn't lose any hair. She lost some, but it wasn't enough where anyone noticed. She noticed because it was on her clothes and on her pillow, but it wasn't noticeable to anyone else. And the first 2 treatments, she didn't feel anything. She didn't get sick. She didn't have nausea. And we were happy. We were like, okay, because I've only seen the effects of chemo in movies. the vomiting, the weakness, all that stuff. I've seen it in movies. I've heard about it, but I don't know anyone personally that could tell me that what their experience was when they did a chemo treatment. So, but then the thing with my mom, because of her age, they would admit her overnight when they administered the chemo treatment. So the first treatment, I went, each treatment, each time she had to stay in the hospital, I would go to the hospital with her. And, they'd hook her up and she gets the IV put in, and then the chemo treatment would start. The bag would take about 3 hours. I think I finished. No, there's more here. Where'd it go? I thought I had, I thought I had a drill on the tip. Um, and when they started the chemo, I was watching her because I thought there was gonna be reactions right away, but there were none. And the next day, she said she felt fine. And then she got the second one, and the same thing. But when she got the third one, that's when the effects started happening. That's when she started feeling it. They gave her medication for the nausea, but she still went through that, and the weakness and the tiredness was like really bad, and she wasn't understanding that what she needed to do was just rest. She still wanted to clean and cook and fighting the weakness. They told her not to shave. When she started radiation, they told her not to shave, not to use deodorant. They also told her not to dye her hair, but she didn't listen to any of that. She continued to dye her hair. She said she didn't want to be stinky. She didn't want to be hairy. Um, they told her stay out of the sun. She stayed in the sun. So the 6 months of chemo ended. The 7 weeks of radiation went, and she was done. And she was good, and it was a happy moment because she ended in June, and whatever blood tests and stuff like that they needed to do to finalize and say that she was cancer free happened, and everything was good. So she was on point with getting a mammogram every year. And the first time she had to get one, when it was time for her to get one, she got a letter in the mail that they wanted to do a sonogram. And that just freaked her out. It freaked me out. We were already expecting the worst. Because usually if the mammogram comes out okay, that's it. They leave you alone, right? But, I knew there was some over here. But apparently, after they did the sonogram, apparently it was like scar tissue that they were seeing in the mammogram. So it was like, whew. They put her on tamoxifen. I mean, she had to take that for 5 years. She didn't get any side effects from that. Some people get side effects. But yeah, she was a survivor of that, but not, it was a rough time. It was a rough time for her. It was uncomfortable. She wasn't feeling herself. She also went through a thyroid issue during that time. So it was like one thing after the other. But I'm glad that I was able to be there for her, and that my job was flexible enough for me to take off when I needed to take off to be with her in appointments. Now, for the radiation, which was 5 days a week, every day, my brother went with her. He would go with her. So, and when you're done with that, they make you ring a bell and everybody claps. It's really nice. Anyway, mi gente, this is bringing me back to a time that I don't like to remember, even though it had a happy ending. And just to tell you, ladies and men, because men get breast cancer too, get checked, self, self check, do your self check in the shower, wherever, while you're getting dressed. Um, get your mammograms done, and take care of yourselves. Remind your daughters, your sisters, your friends, your mothers, your co-workers to get checked as well. You know me, gente, I always forget something. There's a prize. Comment down below, and to be eligible to win, I'm going to make it easy on myself. A $25 gift card to anywhere that you want, okay? It could be Etsy, Diamond Art Club, Craftibly, Mystical Diamond Art, wherever you want, Amazon, $25 gift card. Just comment down below, and I will pick a winner sometime this week, okay? And thank you for joining me. I'm sorry for making this such a short video. I didn't mean to, but I just it's late and I need to just end this right now. Okay, thank you, mi gente. You guys know what to do. Until my next video, take care of yourselves and besos. Mwah.